And thousands of people in Lubbock County have now received the first dose of the coronavirus vaccine, including our own Laura Laughead and Ron Roberts.
Yep, they got the vaccine last Wednesday over at the Civic Center. And Laura's here now to tell us about the experience. Laura, talk about how you were able to get the vaccine now.
Brian and Lauren, Ron and I fall into category 1B. We're both under 65 but have underlying health conditions. As many of you know, Ron had a stroke several years ago, and I have 2 chronic conditions that affect my nervous system and heart, among other things. From this experience, I wanted to give you a heads up on what it's like during and after the first vaccine shot. It was quick and easy, but the side effects were rather surprising.
All right, you ready? Big poke on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3.
A stick in the arm, a sigh of relief.
Let me get you a Band-Aid and we'll get you some paperwork, all right?
It's the beginning of the end of a year of fear and worry. Last week, I was finally able to get the Moderna vaccine as a part of Phase 1B because of my underlying health conditions. I scheduled an appointment online for the Lubbock Civic Center, where all you'll need is your arm and some ID. You'll be directed through the center to the vaccine site, where you'll meet a volunteer and a first responder to give you the shot. The vaccination itself takes just seconds, though I have to admit I was a little nervous.
The wrong day to wear a turtleneck.
Yeah.
After the shot, you'll have to wait for 15 minutes in a seating area to see if you'll have a reaction.
So it's now been 15 minutes since I got my shot, and I'm feeling fine. There's a little soreness in my arm, but that's to be expected. I'll even take off the Band-Aid. So you can't even see where they put the needle in. It was that fast and that painless.
And if you don't believe me, just ask Ron.
When are you going to do it?
And we're done.
With my vaccine card in tow, I left the center feeling fine. But a few hours later, that story changed. I started having some aches and brain fog, but I was still able to go to work. The day after the vaccine, the arm pain was worse, and I was running a low-grade fever. These minor side effects stayed with me for 3 days after my vaccine. Ron had them too.
The brain fog, just not understanding where I am or what I'm doing. How I did the show that night, I don't know.
Then just as fast as they came, they were gone. Turns out these are normal.
Most people are going to have a sore arm and maybe feel a little bit fatigued, and about half of the people will have a headache.
And they pale in comparison to the actual virus.
You're weighing a little bit of side effects for a short period of time versus getting COVID that could be lethal.
But side effects or not, getting the vaccine is a gift and well worth it. To protect our loved ones, we do it all again in a heartbeat.
Totally painless.
As with any vaccine, Ron and I expected to have some side effects, but after the second dose, not the first one. Side effects aren't as common after the first vaccine shot, but they do happen and usually go away in 2 to 3 days. Ron and I will have to go back to the Civic Center for the second dose in March.